Hello guys, in this video I am going to explain you what is row widget and what are the main properties in row widget. If you want to arrange multiple widgets horizontally in a row, then go for row widget. For the row widget, the main axis is from left to right. By default, the widgets will be arranged from left to right, and cross axis is from top to bottom, which is in the downward direction. And for the column widget, the cross axis is from left to right and the main axis is from top to bottom. So by default, the widgets will be arranged from top to bottom. And let me explain you in detail of row widget. So here I have added a app bar widget and I have added a text in app bar widget. So here I am going to add some row widgets. So for that I am going to use a property called body, and within that I am going to use a widget called row. Inside this row I am going to add a property called children, which is a list of widgets. So I am going to add some widgets here. So within the square brackets, first I am going to add a text widget. And say widget 1, add a comma, and let me add one more widget. So I am going to add a container widget. And let me give any color to this. So I am going to add a property called color and colors dot. So let me add blue color. So add a comma, and I am going to use a property called padding. So edge inserts dot all, and I am adding 20.0. So add a comma, and I am going to provide some text in this container. So you should add a child property within this container, then you have to add a text in that child property. Add a child and add text widget, and within that I am going to add widget 2. So add a comma, let me copy and paste it again. And here I am going to change its values. So let me change a text value to widget 3 and padding to 40.0 and its color to red. So in this row I have added totally 3 widgets here. Let me run and show you this. So here are the three widgets, and which are 2 containers and 1 text widget. But there is no space between these widgets. If you want to add space between these 3 widgets, you have to go for property called mainAxisAlignment. mainAxisAlignment is a property to control the layout, and here we have different properties in the mainAxisAlignment object. So these all are the properties. Here there are a lot of properties like space between and space evenly, start, end. For now I am going to try for center property. Let me save and run this, and so you can see all the widgets have arranged at the center of the row. So let me show you another property, and let me choose space between, and let me save and run this. So you can see there is a space between these two widgets, but there is no space at the start of the row and end of the row. And if you want space at start and end of the row, we have to go for another property called space evenly. And you can see after adding this property space evenly, you can see the space at the start and end of the row. So there are a lot of properties in main axis alignment. So let me show you space around. Let me save and run this. See, there is a bit difference, and the space between these two widgets is double of the space between the start and end of the row. And it is just like space evenly property. So next I'm going to show you a property called end. So let me save and run this and see what happens. So all the widgets have grouped at the end of the row. So similarly, you try for start property and see what will happen. And I'm going to show you the next important property, which is cross axis alignment. So here there are a lot of properties in it, but for now I'm going to use a property called let me add this property. I'm going to use a property called stretch here. So let's save and run this. These two are the main properties in row widget. So if you see, it is stretched to the whole height of the available space. So in the cross axis, so let me use a property called start property. So see, all the widgets grouped at the start of the cross axis, it means top of the cross axis. And I'm going to use a property called end. So please observe the difference is all the widgets are grouped at the bottom of the highest widget, which is a widget 3. So you can do experiment on the remaining properties. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe.